Okay, aloha. Okay, welcome to the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy's annual White Coat Ceremony. Today we are recognizing the DKICP's class of 2022, which is made up of 82 new student pharmacists. We'll also be recognizing our newest Doctor of Philosophy student, as well as 3 pharmacy residents. My name is Darryl Masanda, and I serve as the Director of Student Services for the College of Pharmacy, and I will be your MC for today. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we welcome Doctor of Pharmacy, class of 2022, PhD students, and our pharmacy residents. Okay, thank you. Please remain standing as we welcome the Haumana o Kahakaula o Ke'eli Kolani, the College of Hawaiian Language, under the direction of Kumu Kekoa Harmon, to do the Mele Ho'okipa, the welcoming song, Ua Au Hawaii.
Lele o ka poni poni kina, kau ke kahe abana au I ka ala apapa, la ia ne nunau ke nuhukulu o ka lalila, o ka uye alo nei ka ue aia, ua ue ie ie ie, o mai la ko mala mala. Wow, Hawaii ke olino mai ka pina ka velo na kala kai ko ia I kai ke mano mano kai ke koli kumai o kikilo mai o ka uno o ia o ka hulama ama ama kai o kai ke ai ai wow
Thank you. You may be seated. Okay. Later this afternoon, Dr. Sherry Tokumaru will introduce our pharmacy residents, and Dr. Guy Tam will speak about our PhD program. So let me begin by saying a few words on the significance of the White Coat Ceremony. The White Coat represents a pharmacy student's transition from the preclinical to the clinical component of their curriculum. Previously in pharmacy school, all the clinical experience was accomplished during the final year of school. But now, not only have we expanded pharmacy education, changing it from a bachelor's degree into a doctoral degree, students now experience the clinical aspects of their education much earlier in the curriculum. So it is appropriate to have the white coat ceremony during the first academic semester. It has shown that this early exposure helps students see the clinical relevance of the didactic coursework in which they are currently enrolled. Additionally, it provides them with greater understanding of the various practice settings that exist in pharmacy and allows them more time to decide which area of pharmacy for which they would like to practice. As you may have noted, the students entered this afternoon with their white coats draped on their arms. There's a reason they were not wearing them. Because another aspect of the white coat ceremony is bringing into the profession the next generation of pharmacists. Therefore, a pharmacist will place the white coat onto each student, hence symbolizing one generation of pharmacists transitioning the next into clinical practice, essentially welcoming them into the profession. Okay, our first speaker for today received her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the University of California at San Francisco and completed a clinical pharmacy residency at Thomas Jefferson Hospital and oncology pharmacy specialty residency at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Ma practiced as the first oncology clinical pharmacy specialist at the Queens Medical Center in Honolulu and is board certified in oncology pharmacy. She went on to work as Vice President for Clinical Program Development for AmMed International in Hong Kong, China. Prior to her joining the college, she was a pharmacy and hospital management consultant for Stanford Hospitals and Clinics with expertise in the Joint Commission Medication Management Chapter, pharmacy, hospital, and clinic workflow redesign and organizational redevelopment. In 2007, Dr. Ma returned home to Hawaii to join the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy as a clinical education coordinator and director of experientials. In 2009, she became the chair for pharmacy practice. She was named the interim dean in 2015 and permanent dean in 2016. Her current work includes serving on the boards of the Hawaii State Board of Pharmacy, the University of Hawaii Council for Healthcare Sciences and Social Work, the OLA Transdisciplinary Research Advisory Council, and the Board of Directors for the University of Health Partners. Dr. Ma is a recipient of the Bola Haiji Award, the Lifetime Service Achievement Award. I present to you Dean Carolyn Ma.
Mahalo, Daryl. Aloha mai kako. Welcome to family, friends, distinguished guests, Mayor Harry Kim, Council Chair Valerie Poindexter, Governor Ige's Representative Freshiwishi, Representative Nakashima, and if I've forgotten anybody, please forgive me. But most especially to the class of 2022. Only a short while ago, you began your chapter here, being part of the history of this college and being part of the DKICP Ohana. You literally and figuratively have blown us away. The first couple of months that you've been here, you've encountered 2 hurricanes and what was thought of as a never-ending lava flow. But as nature dictates for all things, there is a beginning and an end. And in 4 years, the next 4 years will go exceedingly quickly. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here and not miss the valuable and precious moments that you have already experienced and will come to experience. Recently, I was reintroduced to a Hawaiian word, hoi hoi, and the meaning embodies the spirit of renewal or ability to sustain, to give back from whence you came. And this ceremony today, for many of us, is a renewal of our oath in our chosen profession, the most noble profession of pharmacy. And for you today signifies a beginning. And although ceremonial, in the days to come, when you face a multitude of exams and challenges, you will reflect back on this day as a way to reinforce the decision that I believe many of you made quite a few years ago. Over 2/3 of you come from our home state. Some of you are children of pharmacists or healthcare professionals. Many other of you have very deep roots to this island, the history of plantations that go all the way up the north coast, up to Honoka'a. And then there are those of you who come from very far away, from the mainland, even from as far as Africa. A decision to dedicate your professional career to care for the health and welfare of others. You and your families have entrusted us with your professional education. And I speak to you today on behalf of our faculty and staff that you have become, in a very short time, very precious to us. Your earnestness, your dedication, but also sometimes your angst. And trust that we take your charge in the fullest meaning of hoi hoi to train you to be the most skilled and compassionate healthcare providers. I do emphasize that this journey is taken in partnership with you and your families, our college, our university, and our community of Hilo. And very shortly, you will hear from individuals who in their careers have embodied the energy of hoi hoi in giving back. I extend my mahalo to our speakers for coming to share their words of inspiration and support. I hold them in deep respect and admiration for their strength, their wisdom and calmness in the many challenges that they face on the front lines. Our beloved Mir Kim, who has been a pillar for our community through our most recent challenges, and I think the families and friends who are in attendance today appreciate what he and his staff have kept us all safe in the recent storms and lava flows. Chancellor Sakai, who is an alumni who has devoted her professional career to UH Hilo, and her dedication continues to see us through to a new era. In your keynote address, Dr. Byron Yoshino, with his wife Kim, will exemplify the concept of courage and innovation in pharmacy. Not just to accept the status quo, but to do something exceptional that makes this profession better, that leaves it better than when he entered it. And this energy that our profession must embrace as we are on the cusp of expanding our scope of practice to help our patients with chronic disease management, with addictions, in a healthcare system that many are not able to access or even to afford. Our role, our responsibility is relevant and necessary. If you were to ask any educator what the most rewarding aspects of this career is, it would be the moment when we meet up with a former student and hear about their successes. And certainly that puts us in the corner of happy. And in this case of our sponsor, Walgreens, it's actually the corner of happy and healthy. As I said earlier, the 4 years here will go by quickly, and your next speaker can attest to this. Walgreens has for many years now been a corporate leader in the community pharmacy world, and we are honored once again to have Walgreens be our sole sponsor for this event. Today, Walgreens sends 3 representatives, Dr. Keegan Sugimoto, who will be your speaker, store manager of Hilo, Danae Jones, and our regional coordinator, Omar Darwood. We thank them for their support. Walgreens has ranked our graduates very highly in the organization as newly recruited pharmacists at the entry level, in being promoted to their management ranks, and in taking our graduates to expand in their ever-progressive pharmacy specialty practice programs. I was thrilled to hear that Dr. Sugimoto was one of our speakers, as he is from our inaugural class of 2011 graduates. And in case you think that deans don't remember students and certain details, my remembrance of Dr. Sugimoto is that I met him actually at a sushi dinner before he was admitted as a pharmacy tech, and that he used to detail cars to make a little bit extra money. So be aware. So let me introduce to you Dr. Keegan Sugimoto, who received his Bachelor's of Science in Marine Science at the University of Florida. He returned to Honolulu and entered our inaugural class in 2007. Please join me in thanking Walgreens for their sponsorship, and welcome Dr. Sugimoto to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Ma. Good afternoon. As you know, my name is Keegan Sugimoto, and just over a decade ago, I sat where you sit, awaiting this rite of passage, which is an induction that nearly every healthcare student looks forward to with eager anticipation. It's hard to believe that 11 years have passed so quickly, for it was 11 years ago that within the first few months of classes, we had a brush with not one, but two natural disasters. And in the years that followed, we would have our own fair share of trying times, disasters in our own right. I'm sure everyone can recall that one particularly bad exam or overwhelming experience in life, but what didn't kill you made you stronger. And here you are, standing on the precipice of your professional journey with newfound strength and resilience. To some, this journey will come rather easily, but to others, might be akin to a vigorous paddle upstream. Yet for all of you, a number of challenges and obstacles will emerge along the way. Some personal, some professional, and others academic. Or maybe all three, in which case, nevertheless, would be a perfect storm. While the journey isn't always an easy one, your ability to weather the storm will serve you well in your careers that follow. In the coming years, remember that this is only the beginning, and there are sunny days at the end of the tunnel. So on behalf of the Walgreens Boots Alliance, we are honored that we could be here with you today to welcome you to the pharmacy family. Thank you.
Thank you. My last few words are to thank all the people who've worked very hard on this event. Join me in giving a round of applause to Daryl Masanda and his staff, the faculty, the pre-pharmacy club as well. And so class of 22, hashtag my white coat today. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's pretty good, Dean, throwing out hashtags. Okay. Okay. Our next speaker has been the Hawaii County Mayor since 2016 and also served 2 terms as mayor from 2000 to 2008. He believes in building trust through transparency, communication, and collaborative problem solving. He previously served as the County of Hawaii Civil Defense Administrator and served in the U.S. Army as a medic during the Vietnam War. He attended Hilo and graduated from Southern Oregon State University with a Bachelor of Science in Education and Sociology and a Master of Science in Economics. Mayor Kim served as the International Advisor on Natural Disaster Response Systems and was selected by the National Academy of Sciences to review the Volcanic Hazards Program of the U.S. Geology Survey. He was also selected by UNESCO and the United Nations Disaster Relief Organization, to be a contributor in the development of an emergency management handbook for volcanic events. I want to welcome Honorable Mayor Harry Kim.
Hello, Kako. I was looking at previous 2 speakers, and always I look at people who prepare so well, and I don't. I like it that way because you just say what you feel at that time, and I will do that. I'm sitting next to Representative Mark, and we saw some beautiful Hawaiian ladies, gentlemen. And I told him we come a long way. Come a long way since the days where we totally ignored our heritage of the Hawaiian people here. And it feels so very good to see that we have at least become better. And yes, we need to get better. Of that, other thoughts of the past couple of weeks, I was given the honor to speak to the few left of the 442 that none of you candidates for the pharmacy school know what we're talking about as far as know them personally. but of my age, they were my heroes. And as I told them that day, speaking to them a couple of weeks ago, of how these people of the Japanese ancestry and other ethnic groups, known as the 442 or Go for Broke, of a little guy from Ola, Hawaii, owes so much to them, and the tens of thousands like me. Because prior to them, of us, there was so very little that the world made us proud to be who we were. And because of them, a huge step was taken in being proud of who you are. And if you are not proud of who you are rather, what can you be proud of? All the rest is basically very superficial. And that is the pride I take of all those who had anything to do with just the opening ceremonies all over the state. Because I guarantee you, it wasn't that long ago of total ignoring and of disrespect of our Hawaiian people. And just this past week, on Thursday, I was asked to go to Imiloa to recognize the residency program, medical residency program here. And Dr. John, as I call him, I don't know how old he is, but I know one thing. I can't call him the old guy because I'm older. And don't ask how old I am. It was he, I think, of all the people that recognized years ago of the huge shortage of medical doctors. It was he that called a meeting with me many, many years ago in my first term as mayor to recognize that this community must get together. Otherwise, we will compete with the thousands of other communities for medical personnel on this little island called Hawaii. And he would not retire or could not retire until his patients were taken care of. And the only way he knew was what he did. Regardless of how high that mountain seemed to be, look what we celebrated last week, and he led the charge and got the community and others in the school, in the hospital, to join hands to celebrate what we did last week. And all of you. I remember, my goodness, I keep saying when I was mayor, seems like I've been here 100 years. I just asked, when was the first class? She said 2007. Yes, I was mayor then. And I remember Gerald and Rose, chancellor at the time, asked for a meeting. If we would support the pharmacy school here on this island of Hawaii. It's almost like saying, I hate the analogy of sports, but it's almost like saying, why don't we push to have the Rainbow Warriors football team located in Hilo? You can hear Honolulu people say, what the hell is he talking about? What has he been drinking? And that's the truth. That was the battle. What I'm bringing this all up is I want you to know that you're not seated here because of today. You're seated here because of the struggles of your heritage, our heritage of the Hawaiian people, members like the 442, individuals like John, and many, many others, of what we need here in the educational system. I guarantee you the battle was not easy. To have the pharmacy school here at this time, I think for many of authority, it was more of a joke than anything else, regardless of the reasoning, regardless of the need, regardless of the place of Hilo. And look where you are now. I need you in your quest for what you're going to become. along the way. Give gratitude to all those from way back before you were born that made you sitting there possible. I know you feel a tremendous sense of elation, pride, but I guarantee you, for the members of the 442, the Hawaiian people who also fought so hard to make this a better place and a better school, all the Dr. Johns, all the community members, all the faculty members, is the reason why you're sitting there. Know that, and always know that. And among you, I hope that there will be members of the mentality and values of the 442 and the Hawaiian people. I hope among you are the values of people like all the Dr. Johns who know you have an obligation to carry it and make it better. There are a lot of people seated behind you who are full of pride inside. Make them prouder. Make it better. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next speaker was appointed Interim Chancellor of the University of Hawaii at Hilo in August of 2017. She joined the UH Hilo faculty in 1991 in the field of economics, becoming tenured and promoted to top professor rank in the year 2000. She was the founding dean of the UH Hilo College of Business and Economics in 2005, leading the college to the prestigious successful accreditation of the AACSB. Appointed Vice Chancellor for Administrative Affairs in 2011, she is proud of the great progress towards improving campus-wide energy efficiency and renovating spaces for active learning and student gathering. As Interim Chancellor, she is proud of the green shoots in support of healthy communities. This includes the establishment of the College of Natural and Health Sciences and the designation as a Blue Zones project for UH Hilo. She would also like to take the opportunity to recognize the efforts of many in the UH Hilo Ohana, which led to the increase of enrollment by Native Hawaiians to 1/3 of its student body, and that UH Hilo was designated, once again, as the #1 public four-year university in diversity in the entire US. It is my pleasure to introduce Interim Chancellor Marcia Sakai.
Thank you, Daryl. Good afternoon, everyone, and aloha. To the class of 2022, their parents, their friends, and our faculty, colleagues, and distinguished guests, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the UH Hilo Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy White Coat Ceremony. And I'd like to add a few acknowledgments. Special welcome to our keynote presenter, Byron Yoshino, President and CEO of PharmaCare Hawaii. Thank you, Byron, for coming today. Aloha, and thank you to Mayor Kim for the very inspirational remarks you provided. I'm going to say they resonated quite well. And many thanks to a major sponsor of today's event, Walgreens. Thank you to Keegan and Hilo store manager, Dana Jones, for being with us today. And I'd like to also say a few words about our Pharmacy College Dean, Carolyn Ma. Although she's been introduced already, I've come to know Carolyn and work with her over a number of years. She joined the Pharmacy College in 2007, and she became dean at a very exciting time, while our new permanent building is under construction. The new building is a testament to Senator Daniel Inouye's dream of making this college a center of excellence for Hawaii Island and for supporting the healthcare infrastructure of our island. In addition to Carolyn's research background in oncology, she's also specialized in experiential and interdisciplinary pharmacy education. One of the new things that she keeps reminding me that is now one of the standards for AC, for accreditation. Her extensive background in clinical pharmacy practice, pharmacy and hospital administration, and her research makes her a perfect fit to lead the college. Thank you, Carolyn. Now, for today. This is a very special event in many ways. It's a rite of passage for you students who today will transform from college students to being students of pharmacy. And it's another milestone for our university as we initiate a brand new class at the only accredited College of Pharmacy in our state and our region. Hilo is answering our state and nation's need for more healthcare professionals. And for those of you who are responsible for creating, funding, and supporting the college, it is a time when you can see the fruit of your labor. To the class of 2022, congratulations. We're so proud of you. Our pharmacy program will challenge you to reach your fullest potential as critical thinkers, lifelong learners, and contributing members of the local and the global society. The oath that you take today will reaffirm your mission to care for the welfare of humanity and to relieve human suffering. There's no greater mission in life. Do good work, and I look forward to seeing you all at your graduation in 2022. To the parents, friends, and relatives of students in the class of 2022, I extend my congratulations to you as well. We know how much you cherish the well-being of these students, and we are proud that you have entrusted us with providing their education. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Okay. Our next speaker will be our keynote speaker. He received his Doctor of Pharmacy degree in 1978 from the University of Pacific in Stockton, California. And in 1993, he earned his Certificate in Business Administration from the University of Hawaii's Executive Business Program. Dr. Yoshino's family has been involved in providing pharmacy services to the people of Hawaii since 1927. For over 30 years, he has been instrumental in the startup and administration of a number of local pharmacies. In 1980, he opened his first retail pharmacy in Aiea, Hawaii, and he later started the pharmacy division of Times Supermarket before founding PharmaCare Hawaii with Richard Sakurada in 1983. Today, as CEO and president, he directs all PharmaCare business activities, including short-term and long-term planning and production. He is also responsible for the administration, finance, and growth of the company. Dr. Byron Yoshino.
Thank you, Daryl. Aloha. I first got to say that it's a hard act to follow all these polished speakers. You know, as a CEO of a company, believe it or not, I don't do much public speaking, so please bear with me. But Dean Ma, Chancellor, distinguished faculty, staff, and students, thank you for inviting me to participate in your white coat ceremony today. I am deeply honored to be here. Students, you're very fortunate and privileged to be a part of the University of Hawaii, Hilo DKICP College of Pharmacy. I really hope you remember today, as it's quite special. When I went to pharmacy school, I never had a white coat ceremony. I think I just showed up to class the very first day. No, it's just not that long ago that this school was just an idea and a dream that started many years ago, but came to fruition just recently. And it seems like just yesterday that I was part of a group of pharmacists that were interviewing the dean candidates and eventually recommended Dean Pizzuto be hired as the first dean for the university. I was also fortunate to serve on Dean Advisory Council founded by Dean Pizzuto. When Dean Ma asked me to speak, I was somewhat hesitant to accept, As I mentioned, I'm not a public speaker by trade. But she was persistent in convincing me to be here. She had seen an article about my company, Pharmacare, and our 90 years in Hawaii, and said I should speak about that. So actually, it is my family, not my pharmacy, that has been in pharmacy for 90 years. I am a third-generation pharmacist, starting with my grandfather, who never attended pharmacy school. He did an apprenticeship with someone who called himself a pharmacy, and as a result, our family legacy began. The pharmacist's apprenticeship was not much different than those for any of the trades at the time, as a blacksmith, tailor, plumber, or shoemaker. My grandfather finished his apprenticeship and opened his drugstore in Oahu, Yoshino Drug, in 1927. Back then, his pharmacy had a soda fountain, which is very common, found in a drugstore back then. Can you imagine that? My grandfather was eventually granted his pharmacy license when Hawaii law required licensing. Yes, my grandfather was grandfathered in as a licensed pharmacist. My father did go to pharmacy school, first at the University of Southern California until World War II started. He was placed in an internment camp for citizens of Japanese ancestry at the Santa Anita Horse Race Track. Somehow, he was allowed to leave camp for pharmacy school at Drake University in Iowa, where he finished his pharmacy degree with a focus on cosmetic pharmacy. I often wonder what would have happened if he had continued as a cosmetic pharmacist. As for me, as mentioned, I attended the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, and obtained my PharmD degree. I initially worked for my father as an intern, then as a pharmacist, and eventually opening my own pharmacy in 1980. In 1983, my business partner and I started a home infusion business, and I also took a job as a pharmacy director for Times Supermarkets, who had actually purchased two of my father's pharmacies. Times hired me to run and expand the pharmacy business for them. I did that for 3 years, and by the time I left, we had opened 9 pharmacies for Times. It was a great experience working at actually a very large, locally owned business in Hawaii. One thing I remember is I was asked by the president to actually design and do the layout for all of the pharmacies and to negotiate the location of each of the pharmacies within the stores. It was also interesting working with the store managers who were actually paid less than my staff pharmacists at the time. It caused quite a stir in the organization. The accumulation of my work experience has helped build Pharmacare into what it is today. With over 200 employees and employing close to 40 pharmacists, our company has grown and evolved from our humble beginnings. We currently provide home infusion therapy, specialty pharmacy, nursing home pharmacy, retail pharmacy, and pharmacy benefits management services statewide. The one thing that helped us get started was our belief in our concept. We started home infusion back in 1983 when there was no home infusion industry. I actually began investigating the possibilities for home infusion back in 1978, but was told many times that it was not possible. All we saw back then was the opportunity to offer a lower cost alternative to hospitalization for health plans by treating patients at home instead of in the hospital. The estimated savings at that was very conservative at 50 to 75% of hospitalization. I still like to believe that we continue to be innovative today. But enough said about me and my past. Today is about you and your future as pharmacists and your careers. One bit of advice for you today, for today, is for you to pay attention to changes happening in healthcare and prepare yourselves for the future. I just attended a leadership conference for Hawaii Pacific Health and all their top management, in which their CEO played a video that got all of our attention. He pointed out that the world is changing very quickly, and in fact, it has already changed a lot. There are countless examples of how change has affected us. In the business world, there are some examples of companies, very successful companies, that have risen to the top but no longer exist today because either they did not evolve quickly enough or continue to innovate. One example, many of you know Blockbuster, the billion-dollar company that rented videos to us. What happened? Try Netflix. How about Kodak? Some of you may be too young to remember that, but it was a gigantic photographic film company that was dominating the film industry. What happened? Try digital photography, which actually, by the way, Kodak engineers actually invented, but their management team ignored. And they thought Polaroid was a competition. So what's changing today in pharmacy? There's a lot. When the rumors circulated about Amazon possibly getting into the pharmacy business, CVS and Walgreens stock, plummeted. I bet they never imagined that Amazon would be a competitor. How many of you have heard of Amazon's venture into pharmacy? They bought a mail-order pharmacy that does custom packaging. Do you think that you're going to be dispensing medications as a pharmacist in the future? Think again. Maybe a robot will be doing that. And what about artificial intelligence, or AI? Have you seen what an Amazon Echo can do? Alexa, what are the pharmacists of the future going to be doing? Before I say this, if you have an iPhone, you might want to hang on to it. Hey Siri, will pharmacists be... Excuse me.
I don't have a phone number for digital farm.
Sorry, that's what happened when I was practicing my speech. So will pharmacists be dispensing medication in the future? I suggest you buy an Echo and play with it to understand what it could be doing now and in the future. However, one thing has not changed, and that is the need for good patient care with the element of human touch, something that technology can help with but not replace. With that said, I believe the future is very bright for pharmacists and pharmacy. With the high cost of drugs, the complexity of drug therapies, and pharmacists armed with the knowledge, I think pharmacists are needed more than ever. What's in your future? Thank you, and good luck to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Yoshino. Now, for the coding of our Doctor of Philosophy student, I would like to call to the stage Dr. Guy Tan, Associate Professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Science and Director of our PhD program.
Mahalo, Daryl. Aloha, everyone. The PhD in Pharmaceutical Sciences program of the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy was inaugurated during the fall semester of 2011. It is the only program of its type in the Pacific region that provides graduate training in the pharmaceutical sciences. Since the program opened its doors, 7 of our students have successfully completed their research apprenticeship and gone on to secure positions ranging from scientists at major national and international research institutions to much coveted appointments in academia and industry. The White Coat Ceremony celebrates and honors new graduate students who have just entered the program. These graduate students aspire to become self-directed scholars and critical thinkers who will one day assume leadership positions in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. New graduate students are presented with a white coat each to mark their entry into the PhD program. The white coat represents innovation and discovery, a quest for new knowledge, and a commitment to lifelong learning. Tiffany Crivello comes to us with a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology from the Department of Psychology, University of Hawaii at Hilo. Tiffany has been awarded a research assistantship and full tuition support from the SHARP program at UH Hilo, the Students of Hawaii Advanced Research Program, or SHARP, is an NIH-funded program that supports the research training of both undergraduate and graduate underrepresented students, including Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders in biomedical and behavioral sciences. So please join me in congratulating Tiffany and in wishing her a successful and exciting journey ahead. I will now invite Tiffany up to the stage so that she may receive her white coat.
Now, to introduce our pharmacy practice residents, I would like to ask faculty mentor, Dr. Sherry Tokumaro, Associate Professor in the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to please come to the stage.
Welcome to all students, families, and supporters of the College of Pharmacy. This is our 6th year of formally doing a white coat ceremony for our pharmacy resident class. Our current residency program includes 2 first-year pharmacy practice residencies, and these are also known as a PGY1 residency, or you can also call it a postgraduate year 1 program. We also have a 2nd-year specialty residency, and our program is in the area of critical care as our PGY2 program. For the students sitting here today, a residence year is one of hard work, but there is a lot of learning that goes on. Although optional, a resident will gain exponential experience in patient care, research, project management, and teaching. As examples for our first-year pharmacy students, you may aspire to be a resident in 4 years, and I hope that you will consider this endeavor. This year, we performed the coding of the long white coat to the residents, and this indicates the rite of passage to the level of clinical practitioner. May I ask that the residents and their respective mentor come to the stage as they are called. The Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy partners with Hawaii Pacific Health to have 2 PGY1 residents who practice at Wilcox Memorial Hospital in Kauai, Palimomi Medical Center, and Straub in Honolulu. Our first PGY1 resident is Dr. Garrett Hino. Dr. Hino received his Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy this past June. Our second PGY1 resident is Dr. Marina Ortiz. Dr. Ortiz also received her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy this past June. Our faculty director for the PGY1 residency is Dr. Chad Kawakami. He is an assistant professor in the Department of Pharmacy Practice, and he is a faculty in residence at the Palimomi Medical Center on Oahu. Dr. Kawakami could not be with us today, so coding the PGY1 residents is Dr. Roy Gu. Dr. Roy Gu is an associate professor. He is the chair of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, and he is a faculty in residence at Wilcox Memorial Hospital in Kauai. And Dr. Gayan Subia is our PGY2 resident in critical care at the Queens Medical Center in Honolulu. Dr. Subia received her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. She did her PGY1 residency at the Queens Medical Center in Honolulu. And I serve as the residency director for the PGY2 critical care residency. My practice site is at the Queens Medical Center in the Neuroscience Intensive Care Unit. Please join me in congratulating this year's residency class.
Congratulations, residents. To assist with the coding of our Doctor of Pharmacy students, I would like to call the following faculty members to the stage, please. Dr. Aaron Jacobs, Dr. Supakit Wangwitwananukit, Ms. Patricia Jusak, Dr. Lara Gomez, Mr. George Carvis, and Dr. Sherry Tokumaru. I would also like to please call all the speakers to the stage. Sherry.
Yunsu Park. Madeline Macaulay. Neil Carlo Conception. Leia Hasagawa. Bryson Cadiz. Katrina Jardine. Jessica Song. Shadi Mofokami. Kenzo Nakamura. Kendrick Dalmacio. Angelin Park. Samantha Okubo. Jermaine Atmosfera. Wangui Moniki. Tricia Stevens. Tiffany Lamb. Matthew Clemente. Roanne Diebler. Jackie Hackworth. Kimberly Chun. Kyle Nakagawa. Trisha Amuimuya. Melanie Sacro. Nico Magtoto. Brian Patron. Cody Porter. Liana Ang. Lael Dobson. Clayton Lagme. Andy Lynn. Latisha Kajudoy. Petra Teneo. Laura Hardaway. John Trong. Justin Alagones. Tran Din. Michael Angelo Sagun. Sabrina Uchino. Trisha Nobriga. Nuri Samdani. Mercedes Dennis. Nina Cardoza. Jane Lakritz. Norianne Rosal Khalid. Avery Kallenbach. Asuka Kobayashi. Mindy Kim. Lillian Tran. Christopher Kaneko. Nadra Newer. Christy Ann Zane. Vicky Wang. Dan Nguyen. Jordan Anderson. Brenna Alvarez. Bernadette Tabula. Trent Veruta. Anton Fawad. Kazumi Fujitani. Tara Ann Doomlau. Donald Sachs. Tyler Bronco Hedke. Earl John Amboltura. Paige Kajudoy. Olivia Graham. Tiana Enos Dono. Yan Yi Ho. Keisha Salvilla. Jeffrey Lee. Tien Huynh. Jenny Fong. Faye Victoria Diaz. Caroline Boulay. Brandy Kawai Hutchins. Ashley Fukuchi. Marie Flor Sidera. Kellen Sakamoto. Jaden Kim. Kara Suzaki. Rebecca Wu. Kayla Bajo. Alicia Cozier.
The students will be led in the oath by Dean Carolyn Ma.
I will apply my knowledge
Okay, on that, can we get one more hand for class of 2022? Okay. I would like to thank our Performing Arts Center staff for just being absolutely great to work for and to coordinate the background logistics so we can have the event in a great theater like this and all the things that go through it. I'd like to thank Lee and Rob for all that you do for us every year. Our IT staff from the DKICP who made the live stream available for people that couldn't be here, Mr. Reed Kubo, Jared Teramoto, and Robert Birdsall from our IT staff. Our Hilo Pre-Pharmacy Club under the direction of Lisa Sakamoto, who got up early on a Sunday to decorate, to do all of this, to make it look how it looks for you folks. Okay. Dr. Bryce Fukunaga and Dr. Linda Connolly for being the line leaders for your assistance getting the students in here today. Okay. And I'd like to give a big thank you to Walgreens for your generous support in helping to make this possible every year. The one other big thank you I'd like to give is to the student services staff, Christy Fujii, Tracy Niimi, Kara Ikeda, she just got married, and Lisa Sakamoto for doing all the background work, all the legwork behind the scenes for making this possible so the students can enjoy this. Okay. With that, I would like to ask the VIPs to please come back on the stage in a second for pictures. We're going to be taking pictures with the class. Ms. Robin Peck is our photographer. I ask that nobody please come in front of her, in front of the stage. I know it's a beautiful picture. Once we're done, you're welcome to come up. But until the pictures are done, I ask that you please remain at least behind the 5th row where Robin is. If you want to wait for your student outside, we'll have cake, juice, and water outside that everybody's more than welcome to help yourself to. Can we get one more hand for the class of 2022? Thank you, folks, for your support, and have a great day. Thank you.